No, with the fall off.
Oh my God, no, this is
In the heart of Yorkshire, a sleeping giant is awakening. In the historic city of Leeds, a city that has witnessed the rise and fall of industries, a new chapter is being written. Not in the halls of Parliament, nor in the sanitised reports of the mainstream media, but on the very streets where the consequences of decades of failed policy are felt most acutely. These are the faces of modern Britain. They are mothers, fathers, grandparents, and young people who have come to a stark realisation. The country they love is changing, and not for the better. They are not politicians or pundits. They are ordinary British people, patriots from all walks of life, who have found their voice in the growing chorus of discontent over mass immigration and its devastating impact on their communities.
There's so much of Britain. It's time to do something about it.
What do you think about what's happening today?
Brilliant. I was hoping for more, but at least the lefties are kept over there in a small group, very small.
This is a complete and utter waste of police time, isn't it? Spending all this time protesting for people that shouldn't be here.
Today is the child that got and we should be standing up against the abusers, and that is basically it, nothing else.
And how do we get the country back?
Get rid of the government for starters, and stop the boats. You know, a proper immigration system.
We're here because we've had enough. We see what's happening to our country, to our city. The politicians in London, they don't live in our world. They don't see the fear in our children's eyes. They don't walk the same streets we do. We are here to say, enough is enough. The message from the streets of Leeds is clear and cuts through the political noise. It's a message born of experience, not ideology. For too long, the concerns of patriotic Britons have been dismissed, their voices silenced, and their love for their country twisted into something ugly.
18-year-old youth, they've arrested him for slander. What the mother... do you know what? It's all been peaceful all day. They're escalating it now.
I've been told that he made a joke about apparently smashing down the hotel or something.
Yeah, basically. They've done it for hurty words. There ain't no free speech in this country anymore.
Do you think that jokes, even if it is about violence, should be allowed to be...
But the truth has a way of rising to the surface. The protesters in Leeds are not a monolith, but they are united by a common set of concerns. They are marching against the tide of illegal immigration that has seen our borders become meaningless suggestions. They are marching against the explosion of knife crime that has turned our streets into danger zones. And they are marching in memory of the countless victims of rape gangs, a national scandal that has been allowed to fester for far too long.
I'm not going to come past you. I'm not going to
out of the way, please.
I'm out of the way.
I'm asking you nicely,
I'm
just
out the
move
way.
over there.
I'm out the way. He said don't go past him. Public order arrest. This guy's arrested. More getting arrested. 3 arrests. Wow. They were saying Joe Cox.
While a poignant gesture, for many it is a symbol of failure. A failure to protect our citizens. A failure to be tough on crime. We see it every day. The news is full of it. Young lads getting stabbed for a phone, for nothing. We're told that crime is falling, but that's not what we see. We see more and more violence, and we see a justice system that seems to have given up. We need to take back our streets. And he's right to be concerned. West Yorkshire Police's Operation Gemlock, launched in 2019 to tackle violent crime, has seized hundreds of weapons. But, for many, this is just scratching the surface. The people of Leeds are asking a simple question. Where is this violence coming from? And why are our leaders so afraid to have an honest conversation about it? Perhaps the most painful and explosive issue fueling these protests is the national disgrace of grooming gangs. For years, across Yorkshire and the rest of the country, vulnerable young girls, some as young as 12, have been targeted, abused, and trafficked by gangs of men. They stole their childhoods. They stole their innocence. And for years, the authorities looked the other way. They were scared of being called racist. They were more concerned with political correctness than with protecting our children. We are here to be the voice for those victims who were silenced for so long. In one case in West Yorkshire, 20 men were jailed for a total of 219 years for the sexual exploitation of 4 young girls. The scale of this horror is difficult to comprehend. And yet, for the people on these streets, it is not an abstract headline. It is a terrifying reality that has unfolded in their towns and cities. They are demanding to know how this was allowed to happen and what is being done to ensure it never happens again. They are tired of the excuses and the evasions. They want justice and they want protection for their children. At the heart of all these issues, the protesters will tell you, is the uncontrolled and unsustainable level of massive immigration. For years, they've been told that immigration enriches the country. But what they see with their own eyes is a different story. They see communities transformed beyond recognition, public services stretched to the breaking point, and a social fabric that is fraying at the seam. Groups like Patriotic Alternative have been at the forefront of raising these concerns, often in the face of intense opposition. They argue that they are simply giving a voice to the legitimate fears of the British people. They point to the riots that have erupted in other parts of the country as a sign of the growing social unrest. They call us names. They try to shut us down. But we are not the ones who are filled with hate. We love this country. We love its culture, its history, its people. And we see it all being given away. We are not against people from other countries. We are against our own government's failure to control our borders. We are against the idea that Britain is just a place on a map with no identity of its own. The official statistics on immigration and crime are often confusing and incomplete. The Office for National Statistics admits it does not hold data on the ethnicity and religion of perpetrators of crime in a comprehensive way. The government itself acknowledges that the data on foreign national offenders has not always been robust or reliable. This lack of transparency only fuels the public suspicion that they are not being told the full story. The protests in Leeds are not an isolated event. They are part of a growing grassroots movement across Britain. From Knowsley to Erskine, ordinary people are standing up and making their voices heard. They are being met with hostility from counter-protesters and a media that is quick to condemn them. But they are not deterred. They march for a future where their children can play safely in the streets. They march for a future where the rule of law is applied equally to all. They march for a future where British culture and identity are celebrated, not denigrated. They march for a future where their voices are heard and their concerns are taken seriously. We will not be silenced, we will not be intimidated. We are the Lions of Leeds and we are roaring for Britain. And we will keep roaring until we are heard.
What they're, I don't know if they're Jewish, they're not, I don't know what.
And that might be why the chant started.
I agree that, but then as a Jew, I've not brought an Israel flag.
No.
And the reason I'm here as a Jew is because I appreciate what this country